Speaker, author. I have Parkinson's disease, and I'm a PD Avenger. This is Coffee with Tim, a conversation on life and Parkinson's. Well, welcome to September 3rd, everyone. Again, my name is Tim. If you have not joined me before, this is a conversation that I hold every week, discussing all things Parkinson's and just life in general. I'm a speaker, an author. My son and I, Tim Jr., back a few years ago now, ran the Amazing Race Canada. And I've had the opportunity to spend lots of time talking about Parkinson's with lots of people around the world. Now, it's for those of you who typically tune in to this on Facebook and YouTube. You will find that if you tune in live, yes, you've probably missed me this morning because I've jumped on early. And I do apologize for that. But the fact is that I've got a date with my granddaughter today. It was her 6th birthday here recently, and Grandpa and Granddaughter are going for a date later this morning. So I needed to get in and get a few things done early, and so that's why I've taped this a bit earlier than usual. But it's good to be back. I had taken the summer off from Coffee with Tim and said we would come back in September, and here it is, September already. It feels like it was last week that we were talking about this. So what is the point of doing these vlogs, blogs? It's not a podcast, but whatever you call these things. Well, the point is to hopefully be an encouragement to the Parkinson's community in general, hopefully to be an encouragement to you, hopefully to get our tech right all the time, and hopefully it's a place where you can come away and just have some peace and quiet for a while. Away from all the noise of COVID, the noise of Parkinson's, the noise of life. And hopefully we'll share some things along the way that's encouraging to you and that you can take away and be encouraging to others in your world. I'll point out that today I'm wearing the Davis Finney's Every Victory Counts t-shirt that they sent me for participating in their Every Victory Counts challenge this summer. That was a really cool thing to do. So they sent me a little bit of swag. So I thought I'd do a shout out for Davis Finney Foundation this morning. If you're looking for great information on living with Parkinson's and how to live well today, they're your folks to go to for education and information. Check them out at dpf.org. But in general, the Coffee with Tim is in support of U-Turn Parkinson's. U-Turn Parkinson's is a wellness center that I founded some 5 years ago now, and our goal is to empower people living with Parkinson's in their pursuit of wellness. We want to provide the services and resources that you need to live your best with Parkinson's every day, including today. And so that's a bit of what Coffee with Tim is about, is helping you live your best today despite having Parkinson's disease. So if you are tuned in, make sure you give us a thumbs up on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and like my page, like U-Turn Parkinson's on Facebook. It helps us reach more people. It puts us out there further, and that's a huge help to us. So if you can do that, that would be very important and very, very much appreciated. I'm just going to take a second here. Everything's not quite as it should be yet this morning. It's not surprising. And, all right, there we go. All right, I am back. Well, what's new? What's new with you? What's new with me? I really want to spend this fall, as we walk through our coffee times together, I want to spend more time getting to know you. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what's going on in your world, how Parkinson's, how life is affecting you. And I want to encourage you to hit the chat here. Anywhere else online, email me. You can reach me at tim@timsenior.ca. Let me know, interact with me about things that we're talking about here and how life is going for you. Now, you will recall, if you've been with me for any amount of time, that last year we adopted a new to us puppy. Well, it was a new to the world puppy, for that fact. She was 8 weeks old when we got her. And that, that was a big challenge for us because we had never been pet people, and it was kind of a big deal. So Bella came into our world. She is a German Shepherd cross. She is a rescue dog, and the short update is she is doing fantastic. I am doing reasonably well, but she is doing great. It has been a huge learning curve to be a good pet owner. I mean, the cleaning up of the poop, all the work. If you're a pet owner, you know what goes into it. It's a ton of work, and yeah, I'm getting there. It's doing okay, and so I'm very happy that we have her. She's been a great pet. She is training very, very well. She has learned lots of things and is just continually getting better. When we first started off, she pulled lots when we walked and was chaotic, but she's settling down. And I just tell folks when we first meet, she is frantically friendly and she's an aggressive licker. She knows no strangers. She loves everybody, rarely barks at another human or another dog. And so we get along well with most everybody. So that's Bella, but she ain't no puppy no more. I can tell you that for sure. She stands almost, well, she's past my knees, almost not about halfway up my thigh, and I'm 5'7". And she's a big dog. She's a big girl. So yeah, we're enjoying her though. We're having a good time. In general, how am I doing? People often ask, what's new with the Parkinson's? What's happening there? Well, this past summer I increased my levodopa, and that was a bit of a drag. As if you're on Parkinson's meds, you know that is a continual issue for us. Parkinson's never takes a break. It never slows down. So we can slow it down a bit, but it doesn't stop. It doesn't go away, and it always seems to be progressing to some degree or other. So I had reached a stage this summer that I just wasn't functioning nearly as well as I had been. Figured that it might be med related, that it might be time to increase my medication. So I did, and went to a total of 10 pills, which greatly increased my dyskinesias. And dyskinesias are those funky movements that if you see Michael J. Fox on TV and you see him moving around doing all this funky stuff, well, those are dyskinesias. And those kind of took off for me this summer. And that was uncomfortable. I don't really like that, but I tried cutting them back a bit, and that didn't work so hot. So I've gone back halfway to where I was. So I'm doing 9 pills now a day instead of the 10 plus a couple others that I'm on. And that seems to be okay. That seems to do reasonably well. It keeps the fogginess away, keeps me functioning well enough, and it keeps the dyskinesias down to a minimum so that they're not huge, out of control. I mean, they're still there, but not crazy out of control. They pose a bit of difficulty driving and things. It's odd, this disease, the things that Parkinson's does to you. You get to multitasking like driving. You don't really think about driving being a multitasking event, but it is, right? I mean, especially if you're listening to the radio, if you've got kids in the car, which I don't really have to worry about anymore, but you are steering, you're using the gas pedals, you're watching traffic. There's lots of stuff going on. And then if you have the case that I do where your left leg wants to curl up underneath you, that poses a difficulty trying to drive. So yeah, I don't drive as much as I once did. I'm still good in the city. I get around safely in the city, and we are just very cognizant, very conscious of where I'm at. If I don't have to drive, I generally don't. I let Cheryl do most of that. And quite frankly, folks, I've always dreamt of having a driver, so I don't care. All right, that's an overstatement. I do care a little bit. That's the truth. I do care a little bit, but I'm not going to be that guy. I determined a long time ago I'm going to try very hard not to be that guy that says, by God, I have to hold on to my car until I kill somebody, me or somebody else. I'm not doing that. My identity is not wrapped up in being able to drive. I will pay somebody else to mow my lawn. I will pay somebody else to drive me somewhere. I will buy my wife extra roses if that's what it means. Whatever. Not that she would expect anything extra, but yeah, I just want to let go when I need to let go and be comfortable with that. So good morning to Rebecca Gifford and Larry Gifford out in Vancouver, BC. They are watching as they clean the kitchen this morning. Hi, guys. If you don't know who Larry Gifford is, you should. He is the creator, author, and podcast extraordinaire of the podcast When Life Gives You Parkinson's. Heard on all your favorite podcast streaming sources. So go check that out. He's a good friend of mine. And he's also a co-founder with me and Sonia Mather of the PD Avengers. And if you've been here for any amount of time listening to Coffee with Tim, you know who the PD Avengers are. And if you don't, now is the time to go to pdavengers.org.com. Sorry, Larry, I always do that. And check us out. We are a global alliance of people with Parkinson's, along with our friends and partners, demanding change in how this disease, Parkinson's, is seen and treated. I'd encourage you to go over and check us out and become a PD Avenger today. So there you go, Larry. There's your plug for this morning. So back to how I'm doing. I'm doing reasonably well. I can't complain a whole lot. Good morning, Geraldine. Good to see you. Kathy Mayhew, good morning. Good to see you guys. I'm so glad you found me, even though I'm about 50 minutes early yet from where we usually are. But overall, I am doing reasonably well. I can't complain. I rode 36 kilometers on my bike the other day into the wind, had a wonderful draft, had two guys pulling me along, and so I hunkered down and we went really hard for a long time. And it has been a long time since I thought I was going to puke after an activity. But about halfway through, I'm like standing at a quarter to catching my breath, and I'm like, this is going to be really embarrassing if this happens. But held it together, did not puke, was able to put some water and some fluids in me and eat something, and I felt much better after that. So, I mean, if you can ride 36 kilometers, you must be doing reasonably well, right? I think I'm doing reasonably well, despite Parkinson's, despite the frustration of it. And every day feeling like you just wish this doggone thing would go away, I still come away feeling blessed that I have the ability to do the things that I'm able to do. And cycling is one of them. Good morning, Nora, Dorothy. Good morning. Yeah, you were thinking 11, Dorothy. That's true. I changed on you, not your fault. My apologies. But just hang with me, everybody. I'm going to be fiddling with the time the next couple of weeks, just trying to figure out what works for me. Because 10 o'clock Central Time is a bad time for me. It's right over my next med time, and so I tend to get pretty squirrely coming up to that. So I'm going to fiddle with it a little bit. Good morning, Linda Berard, out in Montreal, Quebec. Nonetheless, good to see you this morning. What else was I talking about here? Cycling. Oh yeah, I gave myself permission not to run this year, and yeah, if you've known me for any amount of time, you know that's a big deal. I've been a runner most of my life, and I've done lots of running, but it just wasn't working. It hurts to run. It is frustrating as I'll get out to run. It felt continually like I was losing ground rather than accomplishing anything. So I finally said, you know what? You don't have to run. You can give yourself permission to do something else. And I did. I finally did. I gave myself permission not to run this year. And I'm cycling more. I'm still at class at Rock City Boxing, at U-Turn's various exercise classes and U-Tunes and etc. And that is working wonderfully for me. So I want to encourage you that as life progresses, as we get older, as your Parkinson's progresses, there may be times when you have to give yourself permission to change, to alter how you're dealing with it. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm still exercising. I'm still doing all the things that I need to do to try to take care of myself, but they change because I change, life changes. And that's just an important thing to remember. All right. U-Turn Parkinson's. Morning, Chuck. Speaking of U-Turn Parkinson's, my good buddy, Chuck Lauder, faithful as faithful can be in attending classes at U-Turn Parkinson's. Great to see you, Chuck. You're a real encouragement to me. Love having you around, man. But U-Turn Parkinson's, we are here. We are where you are to empower you. I want you to know we are live and in person here in Winnipeg. We are, as of Friday, September 10th, next Friday, we are kicking off Empower You, an online wellness center. That's an extension of U-Turn Parkinson's. We're starting off with our exercise classes. Coach Danielle will be live online at 11 a.m. Central Time, free of charge. No matter where you're at, you can tune in and join her in exercise classes that are tailored to everyone. No matter where you're at in your disease, no matter where you're at in your exercise regimen, this class will be good for you. And then if you don't catch those, we have our on-demand suite that is full of classes, stretching, HIIT classes, boxing classes, whole variety, seated, standing, whole variety of levels of difficulty there taught by our coach Jordan. Both of these coaches are fantastic, and everything that we do is backed and supported by our medical advisory council, made up of physiotherapists, nurses, and kinesiologists. So we've got you covered when it comes to making sure that we're doing things from a Parkinson's focus and safely. So go to uturnparkinsons.org, check it out, and if you're not active, there's options there to help you get active and to beat back Parkinson's, and in the end, U-turn this thing. Also, next week on Coffee with Tim, I am very excited. I'm going to take the morning to introduce to you our new general manager, Taylor Devlin. Yeah, some of you say, haven't you been working on this a long time, Tim? And I would say, don't remind me of that. But yes, we've been working on this for a while. But I'm very thrilled to announce to you that we have hired Taylor. She has a degree, an undergrad in kinesiology. She has 7 years of experience in nonprofits, in program development, in all the things that we do. And we are just so incredibly stoked to have her with us. And I am so excited to introduce her to you next week. So tune in next week. Keep an eye out on what time it will be if you want to catch us live. But either way, you'll be able to catch us on the rerun if you miss us. And we're going to introduce you to Taylor and to be talking about where U-turn Parkinson's is going for the long haul. All right, I am short of breath. I'm clearly talking without breathing. I threw in there the note on the PD Avengers. Make sure you go to pdavengers.com. Join us in our quest to end Parkinson's. I want you to, while you're there, check out Vivid Dreams. It is an art exhibit in London, England, put on by some friends of ours at the PD Avengers. But what I am exceptionally proud of is the fact that 2 Manitobans have their artwork displayed in it. Heather Ward was a past board member of U-turn Parkinson's. Janice Horn they're both current clients and participate in our classes and et cetera at U-turn Parkinson's. And they both have incredible work in the art exhibit. So go to PD Avengers, look up Vivid Dreams, and go check out the art exhibit there. It is really cool. Look for Heather and Janice's work, and you will be very impressed. And further to Janice, we will be starting. You have to go to uturnparkinsons.org and check out the date. I'm not pulling it off the top of my head here, but we're starting art classes with her this September. I believe it's in 2 weeks. So if you're local, you can join Janice for art classes, and she does a fantastic job. She does just an absolute job. And then the last thing I want to tell you about is the Michael J. Fox podcast that the PD Avengers have taken over the last 2 episodes. Larry, Sonia, and myself have been interviewing various Parkinson's organizations like the Davis Finney Foundation from around the globe, introducing you to them. The Michael J. Fox Foundation has been so incredibly generous in giving us their platform to tell you about others in the Parkinson's world. And we were just so incredibly pleased by that opportunity. And I think we came off with 2 really good podcasts. So wherever you listen to your podcast, look up the Michael J. Fox Foundation's podcast and look for the PD Avengers Takeover. And I think they're pretty good. So guys, yeah, the world is a little nuts right now, right? It's a little stressful out there, no matter where you live. We're trying to get out of COVID, trying to get past COVID. We're not making it real well yet. Things are just tough. But I want you to just take a breather this morning. Sit back. Realize, first of all, that if you're listening to this, you woke up on the right side of the grass. That we are alive. We made it. We're here to face another day. And there will be challenges in this day. There will be challenges in this next week. But if we will take the time to support one another, to be kind, to remember that life isn't just about me. It's about taking care of my neighbor. Yes, it is about taking care of my neighbor. Regardless of what political bent they have, regardless of whatever. It's about being kind to our neighbors, kind to our strangers, kind to my dog who is barking in the background. It's about being kind. Take the time to be kind today. Don't take out your frustrations on anybody. Take them to your yoga mat. Take them to the boxing bag. Take them to meditation. If you pray, take them to prayer. Don't take them to that guy making minimum wage who has nothing to do with that issue that really bugs you. And let's all today make this day a great day because we chose to take a breath, take ourselves out of the center of the universe, and just be kind. Okay? Let's do that together today. Question of the week. I'm going to try to leave you with a question of the week every week. My question this week is, do you take levodopa overnight? If you're Parky, do you take levodopa overnight? And if you do, how do you feel it helps you? Hit me in the chat, email me, find me, leave me your note. We'll talk about it next time. So until next week, guys, have a great weekend. Hug those you love. Live your best. Persevere, because this race, your race, can be won as well. Until next week, this is Tim. See you then. Bye-bye.